Metal Mayhem. I am here with an interview with Nerd's Order with our special guest from Mentally Blind.
Oh,
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
uh, band was formed in 2009, so we already exist like 12 years. But we really started with an EP that was released in 2015. It was called the Perception EP, and it's probably something called technical progressive metalcore or something like that. So yeah, you can label our music this way. We're four-piece metal group from Poland, and yeah, I think that's it. You just have to ask me some questions if you want to know
How'd
more.
you how'd you meet your band members?
Um, as I said, the history of a band is quite long, and the Perception EP was not the first album I released. The first one was Where the End Begins from 2013, and band members of Mentally Blind all of the band members left the band after this EP. So I was the only band member in 2014. This was the time when I started to writing and second EP, The Perception, and I started to looking for new band members online, and I did some kind of contest. You had to record and record a video where you play some parts or whole track called Archers and send it to me to join the band. And I got quite a few videos from guys from all over Poland, and I just choose the best ones. And yeah, that's how I met all of the friends I'm playing in a Mentally Blind right now.
That's awesome. What made you guys come up with the name Mentally Blind? Like that really fascinates me because I love the name. It has a little bit of symbolism to it, if you ask me.
Okay, glad you like it. Uh, I was a really huge fan of a deaf band, Czech Soldiner, and it's Mentally Blind is this is the name, one of the tracks from individual thought partners from their I think fourth or fifth album is called this way. So yeah, it's a tribute to Czech Soldiner.
That's awesome. When it comes to making music, what is the song process for you guys?
Um, all of the songs are. Hmm, I would start with important fact that we are not living in the same cities in Poland. We are one of the guys is from Kalisz, Martin to be exact. Me and Sebastian, we live in Wrocław. So some of us live quite a few hours away from Wrocław, where we have our rehearsal room. So we work online. I I start every of the idea myself, and then we are just talking, conversating, and checking if this works live. But a huge part of it, of this composition process, is setting the vocals. Clean vocals are not that easy to write. For me, it's the part of hardest part of the song to write, because you have to sometimes you have to if you start with an instrumental, sometimes you have to rearrange the instrumental to the vocal line to have that multi-layered composition where everything just works within. So yeah, it's kind of complicated for us, and it, this work have some stages, and we usually write a demo, instrumental demo, then we try to write vocals online. uh, i I and me and vocalist are recording on our just a regular phone recorder some raw ideas, and then we send it to each other. Then we record first version of vocals. Then I rearrange the instrumental to the vocals just to be mm, composed well when it comes to notes and chords progression. And then we check if everything works live. Probably that's it.
Yeah. So far, what I've seen, I have fallen in love with, especially with your newer stuff. Like the album is coming out soon. Tell me more about
Great.
that, actually. I'm really loving the new
Could you
stuff.
repeat? Sorry.
So far with the new
Yeah,
album
great.
coming out
Very
soon,
happy.
I'm loving it. Especially that song. I keep forgetting the name of it. One for I'm trying to think of the name.
One for no one.
Yeah, One for No One. I love that track. So good.
Great, great. Glad to hear it.
Tell me what actually helped make you guys think of that track. 'Cause I really want to know what the story behind that one.
About composition or
Just
about
the meaning of the song in general.
the meaning of a song? Uh, I think that a lot of this album's lyrics is about how modern world is turning us as human beings into uh, we just don't work well. It's not natural for us to have social media, have Instagrams, Tinders, and stuff like that. So uh, these things are causing a lot of changes in our brains, and a lot of people are suffering, depression and anxiety because of social media stuff and etc. And yeah, the same with this track. It's about. I think it's pretty much about it. So trying to be yourself in a world where it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell what it does it mean to be yourself in a world full of Uh, sorry, sorry for my English, but sometimes I have troubles to explaining you what I mean. I have to help myself with
Oh,
translator.
it's no problem at all. Don't worry about it.
Uh, so
Yeah, honestly, I just love the new stuff, and I really cannot wait for it to be released. So far, every song I've heard, I've just fallen in love with.
oh, great. So what are your favorite bands overally?
Well, that really has a big range because I'm mostly a metalhead. I would have to say
Mm,
Arrival of Autumn, Black Sabbath, classic Ozzy Osbourne,
okay,
Metallica,
so
stuff like that.
very classical stuff. Classical when it comes to metal. Uh, great, great. I was a huge Metallica fan. And Justice for All is my favorite album.
That was
I
a good
think one
one.
of the most my favorite albums of all of the times.
Yeah.
Love the guitar work and a lot of people are making fun of Lars Ulrich, but he did a really great job on this album. I love it.
Honestly, he did an amazing job. What I love about metal the most is I always find really good messages in the music, hence why I always study every track I listen to. Hence why
Uh-huh.
I'm a big fan of this genre in its entirety. because I learned so much from music that you would not hear anywhere else. It's just a big learning experience in a way.
Okay. 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 Sorry. I'm ready. I'm on. Uh, yeah. So I just checked some notes of my vocalist because sometimes when it comes to meaning of a track, there is a global meaning we agreed about, and then there comes just life stories of me, of every of the members. So we tend to have different interpretation of like the same topic because we see it through a prism of reality, I would say.
I love that.
So I just checked what Antek wrote about One for No One, and he wrote, "As a people, we tend to ignore surrounding issues until they impact us directly, and this is sort of madness that makes things we've got control over everything, while in reality." We're losing grip. This approach often lead to tragedies that no one believes in, even through everyone sees it's coming. And it's it's very general, and Antek loves to write in the way that leaves interpretation for listener. So I told you what's this album in generally about, and what's the track about also generally, and you just have to figure it out for yourself what this lyrics means for you, because what I like about music and discovering lyrics that you can interpret them in your very own way, and just feel like you're in the center of the story we are writing.
That's why I really enjoy that this specific genre. The lyrics, it kind of makes you have to figure it out for yourself, but it leaves a very like hard, impactful message that we like to ignore sometimes. And people who don't ignore it are probably the smarter ones out of the bunch. And when you really think about it, metal
Yeah,
has been trying to tell
sometimes.
us a lot of it.
Yeah, I noticed that people are very story oriented, and this is something that uh, that's something that we are losing because of screaming techniques of vocals. Sometimes it's you just can't understand lyrics, and for some of the people that could like an instrumental metal music, uh, they just can't listen to it because they can't understand the meaning of the songs. So on the newer material on this particular album, we tried to lower uh, the quantity of screams on the album, just to make it more clear and understandable for people.
Yeah. I think that's a really good move too. So that means like everyone can comprehend it better. So I think that's a really good move on your end. Because honestly, like the best music, it does like what I know about music is a lot of it, the good stuff has a lot of emotion put into it. Hence
Hmm.
why, like I said before, metal's always been my thing because a lot of emotion goes into the music. It's not just a
Yes,
simple thought process, it's a long, continuous process that always is improving. And same with the music itself. It's like there's always something to find in a song. That's
yes, it
probably
is.
why I started studying music in the first place, was because of that.
Okay, great. I was thinking for a few years I was thinking that metal just lost its edge, but in 2021 uh, I just started discovering new bands that are absolutely fresh and crushing. So So I think that metal is not dead for sure, and the
So I've been doing a lot.
creativity is not dead.
So I've been doing a lot too. Like I've been getting into a bunch of new metal groups recently because I've had more time to kill due to the virus. That's how I discovered you guys. That's how I discovered a lot of new groups, and it's just been a blast overall. Really finding that groups who actually put a lot of thought into their work. It's just amazing in itself.
And great. And people, industry just and bands need people like you that are engaged and love just to listen to music. We are doing it for people like you, so that's great.
Thank you very much. Honestly, music to me has always also been a tool of healing because it can help people who are fighting a lot of inner demons, if you will. Like music has gotten me out of hardship a whole bunch of times, more than I can count. Hence why I always came back to this genre in particular. Because no matter how bad things got, whenever I put on metal, it always made things better.
Yeah, I think that's the thing for a lot of people who are listening to metal music, and the same was for me. And as I read the stories of fans of Metallica, Slipknot, and rest of the huge band, kids and teenagers always love them because of this factor.
Yeah,
It's somehow it's metal somehow allows you to transfer these negative thoughts and negative feelings into some somewhere else than your head.
exactly. And plus, when it comes to a lot of the lyrics, it makes you remember you're not alone. There are people who go through the same stuff. So if they can get up, so can you. That's how I see it.
Yes, exactly. That's yeah, it's pretty magical about metal. That's you can feel this in spirit of community of people that are as different as you,
Mhm.
and me and every one of metal listeners.
Exactly. And there's always something for everyone too, which I love even more. Like even people who are just getting into it, there's always something for them. There's something for everyone. No matter what band it
Yes.
is, no matter what song it is, there's always something for every single listener to get embraced in.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. Totally agree.
When it comes to the music genre or music industry in general, what was the best piece of advice you were ever given?
Hard one. mm, Give me a second. I have to just think about it. um, I would say be consistent and rely on other people who and knowledge of other people.
That's
Don't
very good.
don't let yourself think that you know everything best, and yeah, you have to build great team to find a path to success. I think that's uh, what I would say. And yeah, it's hard to give some tips for younger bands because we went through a different path because of like bad choices. So I've learned everything myself because of my mistakes, and that came with my age. When I was younger, I was trying to do everything so fast and everything myself, and it wasn't very good for our career and for quality of materials either. Neither. So yeah, I would say that be patient, uh, be consistent, work every day, uh, because every day you can do something to just like some posts on Instagram, or maybe mm, I don't know, work on this chorus in new song, or rearrange your logo. you don't have to work like 10 hours per day to make it, but if you will do it, I don't know, 1 hour per day for 5 years, you will just you will make it probably. You will get to the some kind of some amount of people you want to get to.
Thank you very much. This was wonderful. I'm gonna wrap things up here. Thank you everyone
Mhm.
for tuning in and have a wonderful night. I'm here with Mentally Blind.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Within this smile, I see a